Good morning, Joanne.
Morning. Bob's coming down in a minute.
Good. Yeah, just got to get centered here and get myself ready, and
Sure.
everything else as well. You hanging in there?
Hanging in.
All right. We're being recorded, so I'm not going to ask too many questions.
Sure. Yeah.
Morning, Sue Ellen.
The coffee pot noise will stop in a second.
Yo,
Chugging away in the background.
I didn't even hear it.
Oh,
All righty. It's good to see you, Joanne, and I'm glad that Sue Ellen, you're here.
Good morning.
Good morning. I hope it's a nicer weather day in Washington than it is here.
We had tons of rain yesterday and more is predicted.
oh,
Rain. Yeah, we're getting rain. Well, let's begin. Good morning, Kim. How are you?
Morning. I'm good. How are you?
Good. All right. Well, I'm going to mute everybody so that we're all in the same place. Everyone's muted. Let me just show you what we're going to do today. It's this week's Torah portion is an eye for an eye. So I'm playing here with the image of justice and mercy and sacred accountability. We're gonna, do some visualization and get ourselves centered. We're gonna take a look at some Torah versus Talmud notion, and then we're gonna look at transform justice, and then we're just gonna sit for a while. All right, some introspection and some looking at accountabilities, okay? Just give you a sense of where we're going. All right. That being said, let me invite you to get centered, get yourself, comfortable. I invite you to sit comfortably and close your eyes, or maybe find a place for a gentle gaze. And then begin to notice your breath. Inhale slowly for a count of 4. Hold for 2. Then exhale for 6. Hold for 2. Out for 6. Let your body soften and settle into place. Kavana, our intention this morning is the following phrase. May this time bring clarity, compassion, and deeper understanding of divine justice. May this time bring clarity, compassion, and deeper understanding of divine justice. Then I'm going to invite you to repeat this line from Deuteronomy. Justice, justice shall you pursue. Tzedek, tzedek tirdof. Tzedek, tzedek tirdof, justice, justice shall you pursue. In this morning's Torah portion, we read the phrase ayin tachat ayin, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. What emotions arise within you when you hear that verse? Ayin tachat ayin, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. What emotions arise? Vengeance, fairness, fear, order. Talmud teaches us that verse from the Torah that we read does not mean literal mutilation. It refers, it says, to monetary compensation. Bava Kama 84a. Why might the sages move from literal to symbolic? What does this tell us about how Judaism evolves? Justice does not mean harm. Justice restores. Justice does not mean harm. Justice restores. Justice does not harm. Justice restores. Justice does not mean harm. Justice restores. Snapshot in Jewish history. A courtroom in ancient Jerusalem. The Sanhedrin sits in a semicircle. Two people stand before the court. One has harmed the other. See the judges not as angry or cold, but compassionate and wise. They ask questions not only of what was done, but why. Now visualize the offender acknowledging harm. Visualize a victim being heard. Visualize a just compensation arranged not just in money, but in healing, apology, and change. Visualize the court. Sense the movement, the healing, the change. Whisper silently to yourself, justice is repair. Justice is truth with mercy. 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 Let the imagery settle aside. As we look at justice as repair and justice as truth with mercy, ask yourself a bigger question. What does divine justice look like in your own life? Justice, divine justice look like in your own life? Ask yourself, how can I respond to harm without needing revenge? Where in my life is accountability missing mercy? Master of the universe, help me to be an agent of justice rooted in chesed, kindness. Repeat that after me. Master of the universe, Help me be an agent of justice rooted in chesed. Help me be an agent of justice rooted in chesed. Let me seek fairness and not revenge, truth, not punishment, healing, not harm. Master of the universe, help me be an agent of justice rooted in chesed. Let me seek fairness, not revenge, truth, not punishment, healing, not harm. Fairness, not revenge, truth, not punishment, healing, not harm. Let me seek fairness, not revenge, truth, not punishment, healing, not harm. And let the phrase an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth be restorative and not punitive. Let it become a heart for a heart. Respond with love. Eye for an eye becomes a heart for a heart. Now start wiggling your fingers and your toes. Let yourselves gently move from this meditative state of heart for heart. And let's say, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kivod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed. I like to add, Melo kol haaretz kavodo, the whole earth is filled with God's glory. And let's let our arms drop to the side and let them raise up with a good stretch. Palms facing palms. Let them reach overhead and touch so, and then drop down to find a place across from our heart. Cleansing breath. Okay, Tov, everybody. Have a wonderful day.
Oh.